The day of the surgery was a little scary. I didn't know what to expect. I had a friend with me. He was my support. And so what if there's a, what if there's a glitch, And so I had those kind of fears going on. I called my buddy a couple of hours after the surgery and I said, man, this is a friend of mine. I said, I'm flat. But the nurse had told me that day, she said, yeah, looks very flat. And so I just went off her word and I said, look, I'm told that I'm flat. And I just started crying to this guy. And so weeks later, after they had taken off the bandages, I was totally impressed. There was a huge difference. And I can actually see, wow, this new me. Upon completion of this whole surgery, I said, well, whatever happens, it's got to be better than what it was. And so as a result of that, is that I get, I feel better, I look better. There's some esteem and self-worth that comes along with completion of the surgery. He did a great job. At 49 years old, I'm like a kid all over again. So it's like a second childhood. That childhood that, no, nobody can tease me about that anymore. And freedom feels like, it's like I've been in been choked up in an area of, like with an elastic band. And so to be able to walk in this freedom now, it's like the band has been loosened and I can finally walk around on 100. I hated the heat. I love the heat today. I like it. I love going into the swimming pool. Yeah. I like jumping into the pool and just being myself.
So I'm going to give you a picture of you before.
Wow. Yeah.
What's it like looking at you before, now?
Well, this is the severe piece, especially after the weight gain. But it was somewhat like this even when I was cut and chiseled. There was always some protrusion.
You could never really see the work that you put in on your chest.
No, not at all. Not at all.
And so, if you could say something to that person, what would you say to him now? Now knowing what you know.
That it was all right anyway. It was all right anyway. That God doesn't make any junk, and that even today, it's as a result of those years of not really accepting myself because of what I didn't like about me. I'm still in process, and so I would tell this person that you're all right, you were okay, and that all we needed to do was take some risk, and we find that we weren't the only ones that suffered from that condition, and so wasted a lot of years in shame and shame-based thoughts and thinking. Yeah.
Well, say more about the shame, because shame is the big issue for men.
So the shame of not being able to go out in public, to wear a tank top, to go into the swimming pool, to hang out at the beach, because of the fact that I was afraid of what the comments would be like. And so even though I would never see those people again, afraid of what the comments would be like. And why did I have all the fatty tissue around my jaw? How come I couldn't be like him? And so it was always that mindset, if I was cut, I'd like to be like that person. And so today, what's different is that I'm becoming to be okay with myself on a daily basis. Continuing to get in the mirror and say, I love you. I love you, man, because it's learned, I'm just unlearning some learned behaviors, if that makes any sense.
So what I'm hearing is that there's some real compassion for this guy.
Oh yeah, man, he's a good guy. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
He's a good guy, and all his feelings were always bottled up. They were bottled up, you'd never know it.
And it's amazing how simply making that one change has given such license to be alive.
Well, it gives a little bit of life.
Yeah.
To a seemingly hopeless situation. Wow. a total difference. Total, my God, that's a total difference. Sure is.
I want you to see both at the same time to really get
Wow.
where you were, where you are.
Wow. And so what brings up for me is what would it have been like had I been normal like this guy is today?
Jerome has had a remarkable experience. It's been nothing short of life transformative for him. He's really delighted with the results of the surgery, and he has allowed himself to really begin to expressing himself in a new way. And this couldn't have come at a better time for him, and I think that even he doesn't understand yet the ramifications of how much this is going to change him being in the world. He's really a really best possible outcome, I think, from a psychological perspective, in terms of freeing him up to do other things in his life and to focus on other things, and to really just thoroughly enjoy his body and being in the world. I think it's been just a marvelous experience for him.
A little over 9 months now since the surgery, and I feel great. I feel that the surgery was years ago. It doesn't seem like I could think of it as within the same year, just because I feel that body-wise I've developed pretty nicely. I feel that it's pretty much over. I'm kind of moving on past it. I feel that it has taken away a good piece of what my thought has been about myself and the body. I think it's been overall great, a great and really painless process. I would recommend the surgery. I would recommend Dr. Delgado as well. There really would not be any hesitance of me to recommend this type of surgery. Obviously, it does take a little time away. You do have to take a few days off, but in terms of the risk factors and post-surgery feelings, there's really nothing bad to say about it.
It's been a year now, and so what has happened as a result of that surgery is that I feel a sense of freedom that I've never had before. Freedom to be able to take my shirt off and go wherever I want to go without the feelings of embarrassment or shame or condemnation or being laughed at. And so I had no idea what to expect, but mine was definitely a success. And so what has happened as a result is I've started lifting weights, and so I've kind of got some of my body structure back. I put on a little weight this time around, but that's okay too, because it'll come off. And so, yeah, the surgery was definitely a success. Yeah, I would definitely encourage that too for anybody that was actually going to even think about a surgery like that. If you're thinking about it, it's probably something that you need to do. And so, like I said, mine wasn't as severe as I've seen some others, but it's definitely I've had some dramatic changes in my life as a result of this surgery, so it was definitely a success.
A few months ago, we had the surgery with Dr. Delgado, and it went really well. I mean, amazing how well it went, amazing how kind of I guess easy it was in my opinion. How he went in, very caring staff, helped me out with everything. Had the surgery, woke up, didn't have too much pain, just a little uncomfortableness, if you would, and it seems like it seems like I was a lot better like within a few weeks. More in the last year or in the last 6 months after the surgery around people than I have probably in the last 10 years. Just because I feel a lot more comfortable with myself and the way I look and stuff. And before I would never take off my shirt. It's kind of like a whole new way of living. I don't really have to be scared of anything like that. Every once in a while I'll take off my shirt and I still kind of feel like, and I go, I know things look a lot better now, and so I'm not so uncomfortable by it. It just really helped me out a lot. So I'd recommend it to anybody who's considering having the surgery done, and anybody that's struggling with a condition. Aside from the physical aspects of what it can do to improve the look of yourself, the emotional aspects are what really it's helped me out with. So I'd highly recommend it to anybody.